Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna work on chenille rope. Now it's the third video in the project long necklace. We already worked on, here are the 4 necklaces we already worked on. We have 2 spiral necklaces and then 2 tubular herringbone necklaces. They are both different lengths. One of them is 70, one of them 80 centimeters, and same here. So each necklace I have 2 different lengths. Today we're gonna work on the chenille necklace. So I'm just gonna get rid of this. And this stitch is one of my favorite. I think it's the easiest way to get the perfect tubular necklace where you still have the, you know, you can, it's very bendy, but it still keeps its shape very nicely. You don't have any rough edges or, you know, places where it's bent and stayed like that. So it's one of those stitches that just keeps perfect shape and I love it. So today, as you can see, I made a graduated effect with black and teal. So I'm gonna do the same today with these 2 different colors. I'm gonna be using with white and turquoise. So we're gonna start with turquoise instead of teal, and in the middle instead of black I'm gonna be using white. And this is probably the weirdest way to start chenille, and I don't think you've come across this before, but I started my chenille with craw. So I just found an easier way to attach the clasp. Now you could do it different way. Last time we did the tubular herringbone, this part you can do exactly the same way to start the chenille, but instead just when you start building the second row of tubular herringbone, you start building chenille. Once you start it off, you can figure it out if you know chenille. If you don't, in the description box I will leave a link to a tutorial called Tubular Chenille Bracelet, where I show you the basics of chenille with 2 different colors. Chenille is usually done with 2 different colors of Toho. I mean, in this stretch I used only 1 color, but it's always usually done with 2 colors, like in this picture. You can see the bracelets with 2 different colors down the full stretch. That way it's easier to step up, you know where you're heading. And if you are not familiar with chenille, this tutorial might be a bit difficult for you because I'll be working only with 1 color. So in times it might be difficult to understand where you need to step up and so on. I will try my best to explain, but I still suggest if you haven't done chenille before, check out that other tutorial with 2 different colors. The link is in the description box. That way you at least know the basics first, and then you can come here and then try this one. So we're gonna make this one today, and as you can see I started with a craw. So starting side colors will be turquoise, center color will be white, and then I'm gonna be using same clasp. And then you'll need a pick to start off the craw, beading needle size 10. You might need 12 sometimes if it gets too tight. I always keep 12 handy, so it's up to you. Then I'll be using white Nymo with my colors and scissors to cut the thread. So I think that's all the materials you need, and I'll go ahead thread my needle with comfortable length because you'll be adding a lot. If you don't know how to add thread in chenille, there is a link in the description box to a short video where I show you how to, so you can go and check it out. But now I'm just gonna thread my needle and then we'll get straight to work. So I have my thread, I have my beads, I have my pick to start off, and we just start craw first. I'm gonna pick up 4 side beads, side beads. We are using only turquoise right now. I'm gonna drop it down. I'm gonna leave a tail of about 1 foot. You can leave a bit longer if you want. That's gonna be enough to add 1 side of the clasp. And now I'm gonna make 2 overhand knots over those 4 beads. That's just to hold those beads in place while we gonna stick it on a pick, and then we start the craw. Now I'm gonna zoom in. So we're gonna take the needle through the first bead, which is going to be the first bead of the floor. Pick up 3 11/0 side beads. Go through the same bead my thread's coming out of. Go through the second bead of the floor. Pick up 2 beads. Go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor bead. Go through the third bead of the floor. Pick up 2 beads. Go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor bead. And pull the thread. Go through the last bead of the floor. Up the side of the first wall. Pick up 1 bead. Go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor bead. Then go up and connect the ceiling, which means connecting all the 4 beads at the top. And now that it's all connected, I'm just going to remove the peak. Now here, on top of this craw, we're going to start building our chenille. But chenille has to start with 6 beads, so we're going to make that transfer. In the first wall, we're going to pick up 4 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go through the same bead my thread's coming out of. Go through the second bead of the floor. Here I'm going to pick up 2 beads. Go through the side of the last wall and straight through the floor bead. Just do exactly what I'm doing and then you'll understand. Go through the third bead of the floor. Here we pick up 3 11-ohs. Go through the side of the last wall and straight through the floor. Then go through the last bead of the floor and straight up the wall. Here I pick up 1 bead, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor. Then I'm gonna go up the wall. Now here, if you notice at the top, instead of having 4 beads, now we have 6. And now we have to connect the 6 beads like always you connect the 4 beads on top of the craw. I'm just gonna go through all of them. They're connected now. And now I'm start my chenille. I'm gonna pick up 1 bead, go down the next bead. Now we're working with only 1 bead, so please watch that other video first if you don't know chenille. At least you will understand what I'm doing. And now I'm gonna go up the next bead. Pick up 1 bead, go down the next one. Go up the next bead. Pick up 1 bead. Go down the next one. So we have the first row of chenille. Now we're gonna step up. I'm gonna go through this bead here and straight up that top. I couldn't do that. I have to be coming out of that top 1 bead. So it looks like a triangle now. What I do from here is repetitious all the way till the end. So I'm gonna pick up 2 beads, go through the next top bead there. Pick up 2 beads, go through the next one. Pick up 2 beads, this is the last one, and then I'm gonna step up between those first 2 beads I added. Now we're done adding sets of 2. Now I again add sets of 1. 1 bead, go down the next bead, skip that bead at the bottom, pick up the next one. Pick up 1 bead, go down the next one, skip that bead at the bottom, pick up the next one. Pull the thread, pick up 1 bead, go down the next one, skip that bead at the bottom, pick up the next one. Now we are done adding sets of 1. Now I'm gonna step up, going through the next 1 bead, and then now I add sets of 2. Pick up 2 beads, go through the next one. Pick up 2 beads, go through the next one. Pick up 2 beads, go through the next one. And then we need to step up, coming out between those 2 first beads we added. And now we add sets of 1. Pick up 1 bead, go through the next one, skip that bead at the bottom, pick up the next one. Pull the thread. Pick up 1 bead, go down the next one, skip that bead at the bottom, pick up the next one. And the last, go down the next one, skip that bead at the bottom, go up the next one. And then you step up, going through the next bead. And look, you have that crow at the bottom, and then we transfer it to chenille, and then that's the chenille going on. Easy peasy. So I'm gonna show you a couple more rows how to do this, but it's always repetitious. First we pick up, now we're gonna pick up sets of 2. Add 2 beads between all those, see this top beads, we're gonna add 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. Then I'm gonna step up, coming out between those 2 beads, and add 1 bead, one of this, creating this ridges again. So it's always repetitious. So I'm gonna pick up 2 beads, go down through the next peak. Pick up 2 beads, go down through the next peak. Pick up 2 beads and go down, go through the last peak and step up between those 2 beads. And between those 2 beads, we start adding the peaks. Pick up 1 bead, go down the next bead, step that, skip that bead at the bottom, pick up the next one. And pull the thread. Pick up 1 bead, go down the next one, skip that bead at the bottom, pick up the next one, and pull the thread. Pick up 1 bead, go down the next one, skip that bead at the bottom, pick up the next one. And then you step up by going through that top bead. I'm gonna show you one more time and I'm gonna let you continue on your own, because this is all repetitious. You can always rewind and rewatch it. Every time we start adding 2 beads, it's repetitious, just like the previous time. So I'm gonna pick up 2 beads, go through the next 1 top bead, pick up 2 beads, go through the next top bead, pick up 2 beads, and go through the next top bead. And now I'm gonna step up, coming out of this, between those 2 beads. In between those 2 beads, I add another 1 bead. Go down the next one, skip that bead at the bottom, pick up the next one. Pick up 1 bead, go down the next one, skip that bead at the bottom, pick up the next one. Pick up 1 bead, go down the next one, skip that bead at the bottom, pick up the next one. Then I'm gonna go up this bead, stepping up. And now you just continue all the way until you have required length. See, you can see the chenille forming. Now I'm gonna explain the sizing. So what I did here, this necklace is 80 centimeters. The one we are working on, I'm gonna make 70. So it's entirely up to you how you wanna do it. You can make it all in one color. You can make it all in two colors, like in the bracelet I showed you earlier. Or you can make it, you know, this graduated effect and then just have, just like me. So if you wanna stick around with me, you wanna do it exactly the same way, and then you'll end up with 70 centimeter of necklace. Now, the side I started, I want to make 20 centimeters. So I suggest you go ahead, make it 20 centimeters, and then we're gonna come back here, and then we're gonna do this graduated effect, and then you'll understand how the sizing will go on. So I went ahead and finished 20 centimeters from start to finish, and now that's where we do the graduated effect. And I, just like I did in a tubular herringbone, I took a mathematical approach here. In 1 unit of chenille, on one set on top, you have 9 beads. Those are, that's how I count. You know those 2 beads every time you add, that's 6, plus on top of that you add 3 beads of 1. So that's 6 plus 3, 9. So I'm gonna show you in a bit, but first let me show you how I counted. So that's 9. To gradually transfer from side bead to the center bead, what I did, this here are all sets of 9. Here I have 8 side beads, 1 center bead, same here. 7 side beads, 2 center beads, same here, and so on. So I'm gradually, they're all sets of 9, but I'm gradually decreasing the number of side beads and increasing the number of center beads all the way until the end where I have 1 side bead and 8 center beads. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna pick up the first set of 9. Just gonna zoom in a bit here. So here I stepped up, right, to that 1 bead there. I'm gonna randomly pick up 2 beads, go through the next, then pick up 2 beads, go through the next, pick up 2 beads, go through the next, and step up between those 2 beads. Pick up 1 bead, go through the down through the next bead, skip the one at the bottom, pick up the next bead. Pick up 1 bead, go down the next bead, skip the one at the bottom, pick up the next one. And then the last bead. Go down the next one, skip the one at the bottom, go up the next one. Now here, pull everything and step up. So that's how you finish one set of 9. So say I already have 1 center bead here, and so you keep on adding all of them. Next one you add this, and then just in a row where you have slowly side beads decreasing and you have center beads increasing. So when you finish all these sets of 9, I'm gonna meet you here and then we'll do the calculations. Now I'm done with the graduated effect. Look, gorgeous, isn't it? I'm loving the color combo here. Now we're gonna do the calculations here. As I said, I want my necklace to be 70 centimeters. We did the stretch 20 centimeters, which means we're gonna have the same length on the other side because we have, as you can see here, 2 sides the same length. That will be 40 centimeters. Now let's calculate how much is our graduated effect stretch. So I'm just gonna find the first white bead here, put it here, and then that gives me 4 centimeters. 4 by 2 because it will be same on the other side. 8 centimeters. So that gives me 48 centimeters already. Plus I have my clasp. My clasp gives me about 4 centimeters as well. So 48 plus 2, 52. So that leaves me 18 centimeters. So I'm gonna make 18 centimeters of completely white, and then I'm gonna meet you here. So now I finished the middle part. And now you have to do the same effect backwards. Like here, we started graduated effect, starting with more side beads and then switching to center beads. Now you have to do the same backwards. So here again I have sets of 9s. I started with 8 center beads, 1 side bead, same, 7 center beads, 2 side beads, same, and then here 6 and 3, 5 and 4, 4 and 5, 3 and 6, 2 and 7, 1 and 8. And then once you're done adding this in this row, it has to be like in particular order. So you start with the most center beads and finish with just 1 center bead here. And then once you're done, you start adding the side beads, the same length you did on this side, but don't make it full 20 centimeters. Just compare to this one. Once you start adding them, just compare on this side. And once you reach this part where you finish the chenille stitch, stop there. We're gonna come back here and I'm gonna show you how to switch back to crawl and then how to attach the clasp to it. So I'm gonna let you continue on your own until the very end before we add the crawl, and then I'm gonna show you how to add the crawl, and then we're gonna add the clasp. So I'm gonna see you there. So I have both sides equal length. I just left out the place where we did the crawl, so I'm gonna show you how to do that. Now, as you can see, I just finished by adding the top 3 beads, and now from here I'm gonna show you how to transfer to crawl. So I'm gonna pick up 2 beads, go through the next one. Pick up 2 beads, go through the next one. Pick up 2 beads, and then go through the last bead. And now you would continue by stepping up and adding 1 bead at a time for chenille, but we don't do that. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna connect between each other all those 6 beads I just added. So I'm gonna go through these 2 beads. I'm gonna go through these 2 beads, and then this last 2 beads. And they connected to the previous 2. And now I'm gonna build crawl on top of this. I'm gonna pick up 3 beads, go through the last 2 beads, then pull the thread, go through the next bead, 1 bead, pick up 2 beads, go down the side of the last, see this 3 beads we added is the first wall of the crawl. I'm gonna go through the last bead and straight through the floor bead that my thread's coming out of. And now I'm gonna go through 2 beads at the bottom. Pick up 2 beads, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the 2 beads that just came through. And pull the thread. Then I'm gonna go through the last bead that's left there, go up the side of the first wall, pick up 1 bead, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor bead. And now if you can see at the top I have 4 beads, so I'm gonna go up and connect those 4 beads between each other. And that's already base of a crawl. Now on top of this, I'm gonna build 1 unit of crawl. Pick up 3 beads, go through the same bead. More beads, I think. So I added the first wall. I'm gonna go through the second bead of the floor. Pick up 2 beads, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor bead. Go through the third bead of the floor, pick up 2 beads, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor bead. Go through the last bead and straight up the first wall. Pick up 1 bead, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor bead. Now I'm gonna go up and connect the ceiling. Now we have the crawl here, and now if you compare it to the first side, it's identical. So now I'm going to show you how to attach clasp one side, and then you're gonna go ahead and do it on the other side. So I'm coming out of one of the beads. I'm gonna pick up one bead, my clasp, and second bead, and then go through the same bead my thread's coming out of. So those two beads I added have to be on two sides of the clasp. Now I'm gonna reinforce it. I'm gonna go up through the bead, this bead, go through the clasp, go through the second bead there, and straight through the floor bead. And reinforce it one more time. Go through the bead, first bead, straight through the clasp if you can. Go down the second bead that we added, and through that floor bead. So one side of the clasp is attached, and then I'm gonna attach it on this side as well to center it. I'm gonna go through the next bead here and then skip to the next one here. Then I'm gonna pick up one bead, and then I'm gonna go through the clasp. I'm gonna pick up second bead and then go through the floor bead. Then I'm gonna reinforce it. And then one more time. And we have here the clasp attached. And now I just have to get rid of the tail. I'm just gonna go down, following the thread path. Then to chenille part. And then I'm gonna make a couple knots on my way down. I'm gonna pick up thread here, take my needle through, leave a small loop, take my needle through the loop, and pull the thread, and then go down a couple more beads. Here I'm gonna pick up another thread between the beads. Take my needle through, leave a small loop, take my needle through the loop, and pull the thread. I think two loops is enough here. It's quite tight and strong, so I'm just gonna take my needle away from those loops, going down in a spiral. Then here I can just take the thread and cut it at the very base. And here we have one side. So I'm gonna let you attach the second side on your own, just like we did this clasp. So you're just gonna take the second side, thread your needle, and attach the second side of the clasp. And then once you're done, we're gonna meet here and have a look at our necklaces. So here are both of my necklaces. So this one is 80 centimeters, teal and black. I'm gonna leave the codes of the beads in the description box. And here's the necklace we made today. Look how gorgeous the colors are. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you learned something new, and I hope you'll stick around for more tutorials of the project long necklace, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.